Hey girls, it's Katie, and I'm 36 weeks pregnant today, which is 9 months. I know everybody says this, but I seriously just can't believe it. We're really in the home stretch, and the kid is heading south. I've been trying to think of some cute way to sort of celebrate hitting 9 months, and I can't really come up with much. I wanted to make 9 of something for dinner, and so far all I've really figured that we can eat 9 of between Mike and myself is maybe 9 pierogies. I don't know. But I'd like to do something tonight to just sort of celebrate hitting this big mark. Another big one next week, of course, when we hit full term. And I'm just keeping my fingers crossed till then. So there have been a bunch of big fat positives in the past couple of weeks. I've meant to mention that in my previous videos, and I just keep forgetting, but I'm so excited for all of you. I'm so happy for you, and I'm really excited to sort of pass on the torch, you know, as my pregnancy comes to an end, to see yours start up and follow you through your journey. So congratulations. Okay, so this week I have so much to report. I'm going to try to talk fast so I don't have to make this 2 parts or too boring for you guys. But I've got just a bunch of like really big, at least for me, exciting stuff that I really want to share. So I had mentioned several weeks ago that I was interviewed for an article in Marie Claire magazine, and that article, I guess, is out. I actually haven't seen the print copy, but I've seen the online content. I will probably put a link below to that part. I don't know if it's just a snippet, what's on their website, or if it's the whole article. I had hoped that it would be more sort of extensive, and would sort of, this article would give a better impression of sort of the community we have here on YouTube than the Slate.com or other articles have done so far. What I saw online seems like pretty basic, and maybe that was an editorial choice. So maybe it, you know, Sarah, who interviewed me, really tried to sort of be more, thoughtful about what this experience means, and maybe that just didn't come through in what I've seen. Anyway. As a result, well, first of all, I didn't anticipate that they would use a photo. They use a screenshot from one of my videos. So my photo is online. I don't know if it's in the magazine itself. Like I said, I haven't seen it. If you have seen it, please let me know. I just haven't been able to put my hands on it because it's not sold here at the grocery store, and I haven't gone out to like a bookstore this week to hunt it down. So anyway, as a result of this article, the first person in sort of my real life contacted me after recognizing me in the magazine. And so hi Sarah, if you're watching. My husband actually just called a few minutes ago and told me that one of his coworkers found the article too. So I don't know, I'm sort of nervous about people finding out. I think people, people might think it's weird, but this has been a really important outlet for me, and I just really wanted to sort of be honest and use my real name and share what I've gotten out of this experience. So I really hope that comes through somewhat in the article. So we have made huge progress on our to-do list this week. We installed the car seat in the car. I did all the baby laundry, all the clothes, linens, diapers, everything, completely all prepped. We cleaned up our baby registry, so like all the little items we didn't get, we just went through and had like a huge, one huge shopping cart full of all that stuff. Hospital bags and birth plan are happening right now. I am going to be packing them and typing it up this afternoon. And I also was able to freeze some food this week. So I made tortilla soup and I froze half of it for later. I made a lemon cake and same thing. And then I made chicken stock. Usually I make veggie stock in the crock pot. And I actually have a video about that, and I'll put a link to it because it's such a time saver for me, and it's a big money saver too. So I'd love to be able to share that with you guys, especially people who work, have a hard time sort of making stuff from scratch. There's a really easy way of making vegetable broth or chicken broth or stock, while you're at work or while you're sleeping with your crock pot. Anyway, we don't eat chicken all that often, but when we do get a chicken, I use all of it. So I was able to make some stock from the bones and freeze some of that. And the beauty of having fresh broth or stock in the freezer is you can just pop it out at any time. Again, defrost it overnight, or not. You don't even have to defrost it. Just add it to your soup, and it's really healthy and tastes good. Also, in this past week, we booked my mom's ticket to come out here. We had to just pull the trigger because she needed to ask off of work this far in advance. So there's really no way to know, the best way to time these things, but we just picked dates. And so she is arriving one day after our official due date. Our due date is the 23rd of June. So she's due to come in the next day. And I think statistically, for your first baby, there's a pretty good chance you'll sort of go over your 40-week mark. So that's sort of why we played it that way. If we have the baby earlier, then she'll just get to be here longer with the baby, which is no loss, But I do hope she gets to be here for the birth itself. She's a nurse and she has had 3 unmedicated births herself. So I feel like she's just naturally sort of a pretty good support person. And she's also really excited. She's reading the doula's guide to birth, and she's really excited about it. And she keeps calling me, telling me things that the book says. And so I really hope that sort of, she has an opportunity to put all that into action and be there with us. Physically this week, I think I'm dropping a little bit. There have been a couple days this week where I wake up and even just being in the shower, I'm like, I really feel lower. My belly button has popped out. I feel like that corresponds with sort of the baby moving down further. And also there are some yoga postures I've noticed. I did them like earlier in the week, and then I did them again yesterday, and they felt completely different. So I really feel like everything is dropping. So you have to let me know what you think, if you see any downward movement from previous weeks. Also this week, TMI, I decided to check my cervix, and I did it when we were trying to conceive, and so I know sort of what things are like. So I was just really curious sort of what things would be at this point. And it was super high, but very soft. And I think the soft part is sort of, labor prep. I think the high part means I'm still pretty early in. So I think both of those are good news for me. Also this week I've had a low back pain, sort of like I used to get with cramps. Just like achy, nothing serious, but just sort of annoying, constant, low back pain. And maybe that's, again, like positioning, baby being lower, putting pressure on different places, or maybe it's sort of a sign of things sort of gearing up for labor. Because my mom is coming at the 40-week mark, well, for a lot of reasons, actually, I'm pretty comfortable with waiting the full 40 weeks. I'm not crazy uncomfortable yet. I feel like most things are pretty manageable, and I just really want to have the full experience. So I think it was last weekend, I had one night in this past week where I just got really emotional. Sort of came out of nowhere, but I just felt all this sadness in sort of reaching the end of my pregnancy. Wondering if, if I'll ever have this experience again. And just reflecting back and just really feeling like, I don't know, this has just been such a special time, and part of me is really sad for it to be ending. I know there's going to be such joy to come, but, it'll just be different. And these 9 months I've just loved having, the baby with me all the time. And I know as time goes on, you just have less and less time together. That's just life. And I don't know. My husband's a wonderful man, and he didn't think I was crazy. It was just really comforting and wonderful. Yeah. Anyway, I think as things sort of get lined up here, it's going to be easier for me to make that transition of, not really mourning the end of the pregnancy, but really looking forward to, life with a child. I am so excited already, but I think I haven't made the switch to that really being reality quite yet, but I sort of feel it coming. So I think these are sort of like growing pains. So yeah, I think I'm okay with waiting the full 40 weeks. The one caveat there is that it's like 100 degrees here. I mean, literally, it's 100 degrees. It's just really hot. And the heat bothers me like it never has. It makes swelling worse. It makes my Braxton Hicks worse. And I just really feel hot all the time. And I'm not able to be outside as much as I like to. So, a couple more weeks of this and I might be like, okay, 38 weeks sounds perfect. Let's get this baby out. We'll see. I wanted to share, Mike and I have smartphones, and this week we decided to download 2 apps that time contractions. We got 2 different ones so we could sort of see which would be easier and which will work better for us, but they're both free, and if I can get links to them, I'm going to put them below for anybody who's interested. I always like to just pass on stuff that I find that I think is cool and other people might be able to use. And when we actually start using them, I'll let you know which we preferred. Okay, so I've got to do a belly shot and I want to do a measurement at the 9-month mark. Okay, 36 weeks, 9 months. Can you tell any difference from last week? Still got a little bit of a line here, and I actually have a faint line up here, but they're crooked. They don't connect. They're each on their own plane or something. So, lower, what do you think? I really feel it. Okay. And this may be my peak measurement if after this we drop more and okay. So the 9-month measurement is 40 and a half inches. That's pretty wild. I think starting out it was like 29, something like that. But I want to wish a ton of baby dust to everyone who is trying this month. And everybody have a great weekend. Thanks so much for following me. So the best thing about the past week has to be that we finally finished repairing the plaster and painting in the baby's room. This is a little sneak peek of the color. You also saw a little bit in that photo. We're still definitely working on getting everything set up in there. But we have set up our crib, which is also an heirloom. It's from my family. And I hope to give you all a little tour pretty soon.